studio. I have a little project share that I wanted to share with you today. It is an album that I made for a gift and for a really special little girl, and just wanted to kind of share it with you. It is, I'm not sure how big it is. It is 6 by 7 by 2.5. Kind of a chunky one, and it's got room for expansion if the mom decides that she wants to add photos to this or whatever. It is a hardbound spine. I've just bound it with a tie binding instead of a stitch binding, and it's got some beading and some little charms on it. It's got some vintage quilt pieces, some vintage gingham. This is a newer fabric. And then the back has this sweet little image of a little girl picking flowers. And I try to keep it pretty simple, not too, you know, overly decorated. That, you know, how journals can get. They can get very, very decorated. Just a simple grosgrain pink ribbon. And the colors and the materials that I used in this, I used only what I had in my studio. And I had 3 little tattered children's books, and so I based all the colors off of this. So there's yellow, pink, blue, purple, you know, all these really vibrant colors that were in these little books. So these are her initials, and this is the interior of the first part of the book. It's 3 signatures, and this was from an Eloise Wilkin illustration out of one of the little tatty books I had. And then I had a Rand McNally Mother Goose book, and then another little book. It was a little prayer book, but it didn't have a cover, and it only had a few pages that weren't colored on, so I'm not really sure what book it was because there were no title sheet or anything like that. So anyway, here we've got little Bo Peep who has lost her sheep. And like I said, this is primarily an album. You can either just journal in it or add photos and then journal. This is some vintage wrapping paper that I had, and then this just comes out for journaling or photos. I thought the little pom-pom paper clips were so cute. And this is a vintage card. I couldn't decide if I should cover that or not, but I decided not. I thought, you know, there may be a time when, you know, one of them, you know, the little girl was sick or whatever, and she wanted to, you know, journal something about that. I don't know. And there are a few things that are in here that are interactive, but I mainly kept it just a lot of writing or photo space. And here you've got a little tag made with the little prayer book. This was a vintage envelope and some vintage wrapping paper, and this untucks and unfolds, and she can put little keepsakes in there, and you can just tuck it back behind there. Used a recurring butterfly theme. I just tried to keep that part, you know, simple and easy. Get the paper clip off this tag. This was from the little prayer book. Little puppy and kitten from the same book. And I didn't do any sewing in this book, so I just used a black fine tip Sharpie and made little stitch lines. I was trying to keep this fairly simple, you know. This is another little tag that comes out, and then you could add journaling behind it. I did put a vintage envelope in the center of each signature. I undid the envelope and put it under the binding and then glued it back together so you can't see that center binding. This unfolds, and she can put little keepsakes in there. And like I said, everything is mostly, you know, things that she could decorate. You know, this purple here, this was also some vintage wrapping paper. a little tuck area there with a tag. This is also a tuck area, and it is, the paper clip is holding it, but it flips open, and there's also another cute little tag in there that you can journal on. And I've just used one of the pom-pom paper clips to keep it closed. That was from the Mother Goose book. I don't remember what rhyme that was. And like I said, just a variety of papers. This is the back of that vintage greeting card. And little pocket with a cute little tag. And across from it is another pocket with a larger tag. I didn't put the little thing, but that's okay because it's got a tab that's like that. That's alright. Just notice that. This is the second signature, and I don't know that rhyme. Don't know what rhyme. This was Little Boy Blue. There's a little puppy, a little tag. She can tuck things into there. A little belly band with a card. Like I said, I just tried to keep these really simple, use things I had on hand to make it a cohesive journal, but I wanted it to be very colorful and very vibrant. The little girl that's getting this, she reminds me a little bit of my youngest grandchild, and I think she's pretty, she's the one you gotta watch. There you go, another little card. I think she's pretty active and pretty vibrant, and so I wanted it to show that. I know that the little girl, I know this shows a grandpa, but I know that her grams and she, they will be baking together, so I wanted something to do with baking in there, and I thought this was kind of cute. She has a sister and has a puppy. Or I don't know if he's a puppy. She's a pretty big dog. Another envelope here in the center where she can tuck things. Her mom can tuck things, and there's another little journaling tag. I didn't do any inking in this journal. I didn't do any dyeing, staining. I kept this pretty, for me, this is really simple. This is another little greeting card. And here's another one of those little envelopes. There's a little tag, and the envelope opens out like this, and she can tuck things into it. And this is more of that vintage wrapping paper. That was actually something I found in my mom's house. A bunch of really cool vintage wrapping paper. And another little tuck. This little tuck untucks and flips up where you could do some hidden journaling on it, or put a little card or whatever. Man, these things are fussy. It's not they're fussy, it's my hands. They don't work like they used to. This is the third signature, and there's Baba Black Sheep. And another little card. Another little greeting card, and I glued this part of it together to make it like a pocket, and then put the little girl in there. And like I said, I just used all the colors that I could find in the illustrations. That was my you know, way of doing this. This was some vintage wrapping paper also. Another little tag. Oops, sorry. I'm scooting right out of the frame. Another belly band with a tag. This one's just got a butterfly. And I just rounded the corners of each page with the corner rounder. Just did, you know, simple cutting, that kind of thing. Here's the third envelope that's in here, and on this side it too opens, and it covers the binding string. Really, this is kind of a self-explanatory journal. It's so simple. Then again, this one flips open, and when you take the paper clip off, it flips up. And you can open it completely out to journal in it. Man, Sandy, my dexterity is not what it used to be. I apologize. There's another little tag. And I just picture that this is Grams and little baby Jay playing dollies. And another one of those little envelopes, and here's the little tag that goes with that. And another, ended it with an Eloise Wilkin thing, and then also on the back, the little blonde-haired girl that reminds me of the little girl that's getting this. And so that is this project share of this sweet little journal, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe got some ideas of you know, just keeping it, sometimes simple is best. You know, sometimes we complicate it and we want to add well, not we, let me just be honest here, me, I want to add everything but the kitchen sink to a project. And I kept trying to make myself decorate this ribbon and do this, and I thought, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. It's fine like it is, you know, with just the little cute beads and charms, and it doesn't really need anything. Let the colors be, you know, speak for itself. So thank you for joining me on this project share, and I will see you around the studio.